friends, welcome back. Today we are going to do this scene. I saved in black and white so I can clearly see the different tonal values. So if I go back, just want to revert this. If you want to see the color scheme, I'm going to do some yellow reddish for the road and different grains. So it'll be very fun exercise to do several grains. So I'm going to go back in a black and white mode because it just helps me. And this is, if you look at here, this is my sketch. So it shows you light, medium, dark, and that's what I'm going to sketch. So it is going to be 40 more sky. This is where these trees would end, just kind of idea. Here's another level of trees which will probably start here. These will be smaller, they're farther, and some S form of composition. So that's all I got. Let's try color again. You can whatever inspires you to do. I am not big fan of copying exactly what I see here, so I am doing some, this is cerulean blue, some other light blue, and I'm going to, this is a very tea consistency, very more water, so I'm going to just do very light consistency. I'm not going to leave the place for trees. I'm going to cover actually. As I'm going down, I'm taking coffee consistency, which is more than tea, a little bit more pigment than what we took earlier. This is where we look. And now here I want to put some yellow, brown. Yellow would be my, I don't remember what was, I think it was Hansa medium. And here are some trees too. I will also add brown. So whatever brown you have, of course cannot be too watery, otherwise it'll come down. So okay, take off the bead. And there is some, at the back there is some mountain kind of, so I'm going to take now milky, which is 50% water, 50% color. So see, this is more, and now I'm going to give a it will later look like a mountain. And I have to now give a bands of different yellow grains. I'm taking this yellow, very farther band. If it mixes with blue, it's good because it'll make blue and it'll make green, which is fine. Taking some another grain. At this point, I don't know what I have. I'm just mixing. I just want different shades of green. That's all I care at this point. So this is good. I have a different shade. If possible, you can get some sparkles, which is great. Let me do some red, otherwise I will forget and it'll cover my road. So okay, some yellow, orange, reddish, and now I don't want a very hard edge here, so I got to mix it. And I want some colors which I've already used, so I'm using the yellow which I used here, I'm using the blue which I used here. That makes it nice, fresh, warm green, which is usually in the front, and I want this here. Same way here. And then at the bottom, maybe this red and green. So same colors that I've used, it just helps with the homogeneity. And some green maybe. Of course, red and yellow will make it neutralize it, so it's okay if the bottom, if it neutralizes. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the first wash. I can bring it closer and you can see light blue getting darker, just the patches which we will enhance in the next after it dries. This will look like a backdrop mountain and different shades of green, and then this is going to be the road. So now we got to wait for it to dry and we'll be back shortly. All right, I'm back. The top portion is dry. I did just some splatter, I forgot to record it, but nothing much going. I just wanted to break this monotonous. So this portion is not dry, but it's okay. We'll start from the top. Now I'm going to wet this area. I just want to do some backdrop of green. So I'm taking some red, mixing some red as well, because I want mute. Back is very, very muted. So you can just break the length of this, some not the same length. And now these, here is another, taking some green, and this is where there is another small layer of trees, this second layer of trees. So I'm just giving it yellow, brown, whatever I'm finding for stem, for trunk. Holding my brush from very far just gives more control. Just cross and this was yellow. Now I need to add some green. Leave some place in between so your back yellow is lit. Now I'm going to make these trees land here. So this one will be dry brush, so I'm just taking yellow, brown, burnt sienna, yellow, any of that, burnt umber, any good, and I'm just going to change the color. Everything should not be exactly the same. It seems I didn't pick up, so just to change. Now, done the orange part, need to take some green, make some yellow, and again, try to use same colors that you used, just will help in homogeneity. So I'm not going to paint a separate each leaf because that's just not possible. I mean, it's possible for realism, but we are doing an abstract, impressionistic way. So now the third part is darkest dark, which I'm going to take it's either sepia or indigo, I don't remember, but I'm mixing that, taking some red and some green. It's pretty dark. And now I need to drop in some areas where you can't see. Now I need to break this. I'm just splattering some water. Not too much, it's going to run down, so be prepared. If it's going down, you don't want too much down. And now some very light yellow, light greenish. And where they are touching the ground, you want to make some so they are stationary. They're not like flying in the air. They're not hanging in the air. Now this back tree, they are too uniform, so I don't like that that whole hard edge. So I'm just giving hazy, lost look. And now, of course, my branches are lost. I need to give back. So this is done. At the same point, if you want, you can use and one or two, not too much, just quick. I'm telling you one or two, and I'm doing more. It's very addictive. Okay, so now we need, I think this is done. Now we need to enhance this part. Yeah, so I will take a smaller brush, maybe this brush, small, and we'll take, if I had Viridian I would have used, I think I have sap or Viridian here. I will know once I put it here. Yeah, this is Viridian. I will mix it with one of the colors that I've used, otherwise it will be kind of shocking. So I'm using the same yellow, and I'm going to, this is more a brushwork calligraphy. Something here on this side as well. Change the color. Add some red, which is complementary to green. And one of those colors, and we'll give some dry brush. Dropping some dark at the base so they don't look like, again, giving them a feeling they're on the ground where they don't catch much sunlight, they're touching the ground. This is the light yellow. I just need to kind of give bath. And here I will do some sprinkling, some splash. doing some back trees. Making sure it's not the same height. Now, this portion is a little light, and I want to give it some depth. So what I'm going to do is wet this portion, add the red, whatever I had used last time, red, orange, yellow, brown, burnt sienna, the same colors, and just one stroke, and it gives the feeling of some dimension, some depth. And I'll go with a very dark of the same, dark meaning more thickness of the same colors, and just give some texture. If you want, you can actually take some green, again complementary, and try just some dots. Some texture of tall grass. And I will maybe add a wire or show some village or something where you have telephone wires, same dark, not super dark, like middle tone, whatever colors you've used, something of that, and maybe a very sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So it's okay if it didn't. You know, these are some birds sitting, so it feels like the pole is somewhere here. What else we can do? We can do, I think, some dark on the trunks. And now I'm going to take white, which is titanium white. And textures on ground. Yeah, this is good. Let me bring it closer. We could have actually added figures, one or two. It's always a good idea. Now, when I see it again, it feels like I need to darken the area where these trunks are touching the ground. So I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I think I'll close it. And thank you again so much for watching. Please drop a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you.